Hello everyone. Welcome back to this channel. This time, we're going to discuss some leaks I've come across, which seem very exciting. And these leaks also come from a fairly credible source, honkaistarrail. Alright, let's not waste any time and get right into it. So, I have found some quite interesting information. This new information appeared from the data mining results of honkaistarrail. And this information will be very closely related to the new map that will appear in patch 4.0 later. However, before we get into the main discussion about the new map, there are several other important pieces of information that we will discuss first. Okay, the first information will be related to the changes in Beta 3.8 v4. And if you think that Beta 3.8 v4 didn't bring any changes, you are wrong. Because in fact there is one quite significant change in Beta 3.8 v4 this time. Although, the change is not related to the Dahlia's kit. Because if we look at the Dahlia's changes through the honkaistarrail website, we can see that there are only 2 changes to her, and they are all just rewording. The impactful change actually happened to the new boss mechanic. Previously, when all of the boss's summons were defeated, we would receive full skill point recovery. However, this mechanic has now been removed in Beta 3.8 v4. At a glance this may seem trivial, but this change is quite influential for your team's skill point management when fighting this boss, because we will no longer get free skill points. Then, there is one more interesting piece of information that I have obtained. And this information comes from animedakimakurapillowreview. A few days ago, I received a package that genuinely surprised me from animedakimakurapillowreview, a trusted site that sells Dakimakura with incredibly high-quality prints. And if you're wondering which character is on it, of course it's my beloved waifu, Mommy Kafka. For those of you who have been cursed by the pity system one too many times and keep losing raid-offs while trying to get your waifu in honkaistarrail, this is your chance to make your dreams come true. At animedakimakurapillowreview, you can actually own your waifu, not as digital data, not just in 2D art, but as a physical form you can hug, sleep with, or simply keep by your side while grinding currency wars. You can even do whatever you have in mind. You know what I mean. Alright, before this discussion starts going somewhere a bit too imaginative, let's talk about the quality. Because that's the most important part when you're thinking about buying a Dakimakura. First, the printing quality is genuinely amazing. I looked at it up close and could barely see any pixel noise, rough lines, or tiny dots like in typical prints. The texture is super smooth and high resolution, almost like looking at a 4K monitor but printed on fabric. What's interesting is that you can also customize your Dakimakura however you like. Whether you want a wholesome version that's safe to display in the living room, or a yabai version that heats up your cheeks, they can do it. They even offer full customization for your chosen character, whether from games, anime, or even your own original character. Next, the most important aspect of a Dakimakura, the fabric and durability. Dakimakura from animedakimakurapillowreview uses fabric with a super soft, silk-like texture. Not only is it gentle on the skin, but it also has a subtle sheen that makes it look elegant. It feels soothing to the touch, making it perfect to accompany your sleep after long, exhausting grinding sessions in currency wars. Even better, they include a neatly hidden zipper. From the outside, you can barely see a zipper line at all. It's designed so cleanly that it doesn't disrupt the aesthetics, but it's still easy to open when you need to remove the cover for washing or replacement. And just as important, their customer service is fast and friendly. They respond quickly, are very helpful, and the shipping is relatively fast even for international orders. Interestingly, they are currently running a Black Friday promotion until December 3rd, where you can save up to $150. This promo is super helpful for anyone wanting a high-quality Dakimakura at a more affordable price. Plus, you can get an additional discount if you use the code in this video's description. And for those of you whose wallets are empty because you blew everything for E2 Sireni, don't worry. They also host monthly giveaways on their official Facebook page. Just follow their account and join the event for a chance to win your dream Dakimakura. If you're an adventuring type person and believe you're the luckiest one around, go ahead and join. Who knows, maybe the luck that never shows up during gacha will finally appear in a giveaway, right? So, if you want your waifu to exist in the real world, you can check out animedakimakurapillowreview.com directly. And lastly, let's move on to the main discussion of this video, which is information regarding the new map in patch 4.0. It all started when honkaistarrail shared a screenshot in which there was Mandarin text. In that screenshot, two versions of text could be seen, marked with red and green colors to show the difference between version 1 and version 2. And after being translated into English, version 1 reads, "Surrender, little one." Not just in this shopping district, even in all of Benzaitengoku, those who can defeat me in a match can be counted on one hand. Meanwhile, version 2 reads, "Surrender, little one." Not just in this shopping district, even in all of Lufcadio, those who can defeat me in a match can be counted on one hand. So, the word Benzaitengoku was changed to Lufcadio in the CN text of a DU occurrence. This change is very clear. So this can be a strong indication that the map name that was originally Benzaitengoku has now been changed to Lufcadio. Seeing this, one question came to my mind: what exactly is Lufcadio? Because in the main story so far, there has never been any mention of that place. Well, at least that's what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong. However, the name Lufcadio didn't suddenly appear out of nowhere. Because if we look at the honkaistarrail wiki, there is information regarding Lufcadio. And you can find information about Lufcadio in Divergent Universe Protean Hero. So, there is one curio in Divergent Universe called Road of Prayer. Inside that curio, there is a story that explains that there is a place where Adrila, the Aeon of Beauty, fell, the consternation star zone, Lufcadio. With that information, it's no surprise if speculation appears that maybe patch 4.0 will take us to Lufcadio instead of Benzaitengoku. I don't know whether Lufcadio will really become a new map, or the name Lufcadio is only to replace Benzaitengoku in the DU occurrence. But then, why would they bother replacing it with Lufcadio in the DU occurrence if there wasn't a bigger purpose? However, the confusion increased when Anon Leaks, one of the fairly credible sources, responded to the information from honkaistarrail. In their post, Anon Leaks wrote briefly and clearly, "Not Lufcadio, by the way." There were no further explanations, no clarifications, just one short sentence that seemed to refute the entire conclusion regarding Lufcadio. Here, we can see a very contrasting piece of information between two big sources. Even though the information from honkaistarrail seems more convincing because it has data, while Anon only gave a short statement without supporting evidence. Does this mean Anon Leaks is just rage baiting? Or could it be that what Anon Leaks said is the truth? We don't know. Because the previous rumors also stated that Benzaitengoku was cancelled due to political tension between China and Japan. So it is very reasonable if the name Benzaitengoku was replaced with Lufcadio or another name that is not related to Japan. But if Anon Leaks said it's not Lufcadio, then there is a possibility that the name Lufcadio is only a replacement inside the DU occurrence and not replacing Benzaitengoku as a whole map. So what do you think? Who is more trustworthy in this information, honkaistarrail or Anon Leaks? Alright, that's all for now, everyone. So what are your thoughts on this leak? Write your opinions in the comments section. And don't forget to share this information with your friends who also play honkaistarrail. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on other important update. See you in the next update.